Hey guys, this is Dana from Pop Goulash. I wanted to make sure that you knew how to reach us. Find us on Facebook under Pop Goulash. You can also find us on Twitter at Pop Goulash. We also have a phone number, and we definitely want you guys to give us a call with your thoughts, opinions, whatever, show ideas. That phone number is 224-325-4235. And you can also shoot us an email at popgoulash42@gmail.com. Thanks for tuning in.
Diggity. Wrap on those gear goggles, bitches. It's time for some Pop Goulash. I'm Reuben. Across from me is
Carlos.
And to my right, we got a special guest in studio, straight out of motherfucking Poland.
What? It's Jose.
All right, Jose, talk into it like you're about to suck it like it's a dick.
I'm looking forward to sucking this microphone.
All right. And on the line, a voice that hath not been heard with the two of us, Carlos and I, that is, in studio for some time, coming at you live from about 9/10 of a mile from my house. My motherfucking bitch, Dana.
What's up, Dana?
Hey,
Yeah.
hey guys.
Dana couldn't make it because her dog got stung in the face by a bee because her cunty neighbors threw fucking candy over the fence, and then her dog was shitting and puking everywhere. And
Yeah.
Was
That's
it
accurate,
bit
all
oh
of it.
honey? Is that what attracted the bee? Was it bit oh honey?
No, dude, I have to keep it on the DL right now because I'm outside. Because if I get started, I'm going to start like, it's not going to be good.
That would make
and I might catch a case.
that would make for a great episode. Hearing you go off
No,
on your neighbors.
That would be awful. That would be awful.
are you sure about that? I'd love to hear you bitch slap somebody. It'd be like college all over
I
again.
mean, yeah, it kind of would be, wouldn't it?
By the way, why don't I ever get to do the intro? It's always you fucking hogging the shit.
Because that's just how we set a precedent with
That's
the
how
first
we roll.
28 episodes. Carlos is just rolling his eyes if you could hear him. He's like, fuck
I can
you.
hear him rolling his eyes. Like, I can totally hear him rolling his eyes.
Well, that's because I also have his mic jacked to the max. So
God.
So what has been going on, people? How's everybody been? It's been a while.
It's been a
Yeah,
while
that's been.
since I last saw you.
I heard that song on the drive home today, coming back from the city.
Is
How
that-
funny.
Nickelback?
No, it's Stained.
No, what is Stained? Yeah.
What is Stained? Are you
Yeah.
on fucking Jeopardy? What is Stained for 1,000, Alex? I don't know. My lapel because you jizzed on it? I don't know.
Which is correct. Next category.
So, Dana went to Riot Fest.
I fucking did, man. I only went for one day, though. I only went last Saturday.
And?
Awesome.
Need to report, man.
Was it hot?
Dude, it was fucking ridiculously hot. Like, me and my best friend, we were having some drinks during the day, and we didn't feel buzzed once. But, like, that's how much we sweated out last weekend. Reuben, you're going to be disappointed when I say this, too, because we saw Bad Brains, we saw Danzig, what was the one, is New Song Gloria Band?
Yeah.
I think that was, like, yeah. Not that we really...
Carlos is just shaking his... Carlos is shaking his head like, I don't know any of the bands that you
I know
just named.
Danzig, but like you said earlier, everything else is,
Block party material.
Black party bands.
But I know all the bands that she's talking about.
I know Danzig.
Queens of the Stone Age were pretty good, but I got to tell you what was really fucking disappointing. Actually,
Ozzy?
Mike D's DJ set.
Really? Well,
I mean, not good.
Well, I mean, Mike has not really been known as a DJ.
Mike who?
Mike D from the Beastie Boys. He did a special DJ set.
I thought you were talking about someone from Jersey Shore.
Mike D's nuts.
No, you're thinking of Pauly D. That's who you're fucking thinking of. And why I even know that?
Because
is
you
beyond
watched
me.
MTV at that time frame in your life?
It's
Oh,
true.
hell no. I never watched that shit show. No thanks. My sister did, though.
That was the end of reality TV on MTV.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I always liked how Kurt Cobain used to call it EMPTV. EMPTYV TV. EMPTYV. Anyway. So, all right. So, anyway.
No, it was disappointing, though. Like, I get it that he's not really known to be a DJ, per se, but it just wasn't good. Like, he was trying to do Beastie Boys songs, and he's just kind of standing there. You know, I had hoped that he was actually going to be spinning, and he didn't. It was disappointing. I'm like, man, give it up.
Did he MC
Give
at
it up,
all, or
bro.
did he just, like, try to spin records?
No, he didn't even try to spin records. Like, legit, it felt like he was trying to be in, like, a Beastie Boys cover band. That's what it felt
Really?
like. We were all super disappointed, yeah.
Wow.
Did he stir
Yeah.
fry you in his walk?
No, that was MCA. He's dead. R.I.P.
Yeah. We also saw Wu-Tang Clan.
Fuck yeah.
Did say Wu-Tang Clan.
Are they still nothing to fuck with?
You know, it was interesting. It was actually because it's not really most of the original members anymore, right? So, well, come on, let's get in the house. Sorry, I've got the dogs outside, like I said. But yeah, it was okay. It was just like all these, you know, it was all a bunch of people on stage with them too. It was good, but I think my favorite of the day, honestly, was Bad Brains.
Yeah.
For real.
Well,
They were so
they're
good.
legends of hardcore, man. Like,
Oh,
they were at
God,
the
it was
beginning.
amazing.
They were at the forefront of DC hardcore, DC and New York hardcore.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sure that was a blast.
By the way,
Yes.
so Danzig, like, you know,
Dude,
I've
he's
never
like
seen-
764 years old. Like, I think he actually knows Moses.
Has he gotten fatter?
No, but I didn't realize what a short fuck he was. Like, I did not realize that. And then I looked
yeah.
and I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, he's like part of the Lollipop Guild. I totally didn't realize that.
That would have made that movie so much better.
Right? We welcome you to Munchkin Land. Dude. But yeah, like I remember when they first started talking about a X-Men movie, and everybody was like, dude, they need to have Glenn Danzig play Wolverine, because Wolverine is historically short and muscular, and at that time, 20 years ago, he fit the bill.
I mean, okay, I'll give you that. He probably did, but he sounded like shit though too. Like, he didn't sound real good. He was okay, but again, like, I don't know. I had a better time hanging out with my friends and just kind of bullshitting and catching some of the music here and there. I wouldn't go, like, next year, I think Christina and I are going to pick a day and just go and do the VIP shit again. But
Saturday.
I could not there's no way I would do all 3 days.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah, they'd have to have a
Too much.
stellar fucking lineup. Like, I would have gone on Friday, too, because Nine Inch Nails played on Friday night.
Nails. Yep.
Dude, I haven't seen Nails since the Fragile tour, and that was in, like, 2000, so...
I've never
Dorothy,
seen them.
tell your Toto not to come my way.
I'm going to get Carlos a time machine so he can catch up with the conversation.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I'm looking at Saturday night's lineup. Did you go see Gogo Bordello?
Oh, we did catch them a little bit. They were okay. I mean, I'm not a big fan of their music, but they were okay.
I really
They're
like them.
all right.
I'm looking at the other bands that are on here too. Mighty Mighty Boston.
Dude, Mighty Boston's put on a hell of a
They
show.
were Sunday, and they put on, like, my friends were still there, and they said that they put on a great fucking show on Sunday.
I want to
There's some
say
good
that...
ones on here.
I-
Ruben, what are you talking about?
What?
You're saying like there's always 3 good acts and
At
then the rest?
Lollapalooza.
Okay, because I'm seeing like Guar, Andrew WK,
Dude, I'd love to see Andrew WK. That guy looks like he puts on an amazing show.
Paramore.
They said he did good. He played Friday night.
Yeah. Paramore's got a couple interesting songs. I don't know too much about them.
Bad Brains.
Yeah.
Good.
All right, I'm sorry.
Carlos is like, I'm back in the conversation.
Like you lied to me.
So,
No, Bad Brains, they were good. They were really, really good, though. They had a good crowd, too, which was nice.
right
So
on.
the real question is who was your favorite band to see there out of everybody?
Seriously, bad brains. Like, no joke.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah, Queens of the Stone Age, they were good, but we didn't stay for the whole set.
Really? Well, the newest album
God,
that they
no.
put out is just it's just okay. It's not great.
I haven't listened to it, so you're not really a big fan of it.
No, and it's like, for them, it's like every 4 albums is really, it's all right. Because like the Era Vulgaris album, I was really not a big fan of either, and this newest one, I'm not a really like. I don't know. I've not really sat down and studied it as properly as I probably should have. But I'm just not as huge. There's not been a huge draw for me on this particular album.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
So Dana, apart from the bands, what was the craziest thing you saw there?
please tell me you saw a hobo jerking off on a tree.
I didn't. No, I didn't. And I actually saw something crazy last night that I thought I would have seen at Riot Fest.
A hobo jerking off on a tree?
No. I saw a broad walking around at fucking Reggie's. We went to Reggie's last night to their rooftop bar, and there were these two young broads who walk in, and they had no shirts on, no bras, nothing.
Nothing?
But they had their tits painted with that. Yeah, they had their tits painted with that glitter paint.
Why am I never
walking
at these
around.
places when this shit happens? I mean, I know I'm married, but I want to see some titties.
I don't know. I picture everybody in the bar not impressed at all when they walk in.
I mean, I look at my buddy, and he kind of looks at me, and I'm like, did I just fucking see that? Like, this is real life? I know this wasn't last weekend, but, like, nothing. The only crazy thing that I saw, which didn't happen at Riot Fest, we almost fucking got mugged on the walk
What?
back to the Pink Line. Yeah, dude. Yeah. There were these two kids who were, like, following us and watching us and shit, and one of the guys that I was with, he finally, like, went to the back of, like, all of us walking, and then these kids, I mean, like,
You were
they
walking?
were trying to come up on us. Huh?
No, I'm fucking with you for how you pronounced walking.
I did. How did I say it?
Because we were walking.
Oh, fuck you. Yeah, no, that was the craziest thing I saw. Myself almost get mugged.
Crazy, dude.
But, yeah. So, yeah, that was last weekend, and then we topped off the night by going to 5 a.m. bar. So, that's
Dude,
pretty fun.
I didn't know those existed.
Yeah.
5 a.m. bars?
That makes me tired just listening to you talk about it. I think as you were, like, entering the bar, I was waking up this morning.
Dude, it was crazy. Like, because my friends' buddies were staying out by, like, Cumberland and 90 at a Holiday Inn. And so we went to the Bar Louie first. Excuse me. And we hung out there for a little bit, but then they're like, oh, come on, let's go find a 5 a.m. bar. And Caesars was right down the street. So that's what we
Well,
did.
I mean, you could have always gone to the Cadillac Ranch, too, or whatever it's, the Lone Star, or whatever it's known as.
Fuck that. No, thank you. Nope.
So did you just not sleep?
Nope. Did I what?
Did you not sleep, basically?
I mean, I did. Not very well. I think I got probably, 4 hours of sleep, I want to say. Yeah.
Well, she's got
I raged like I was in my mid-20s again.
she's got dogs, but she doesn't have kids, like, demanding things like food and
Right.
sustenance and attention and
I think
water.
I'd go one day, maybe like a Saturday, if I went.
Pardon? No, you're right. I don't have kids. I just have dogs.
Right.
And,
Like, you feed the dogs
okay with
once, and
that.
they're good for, like, at least until the evening.
For like a year.
Yeah,
for
kids
like a
are just
whole
like
year,
fucking
right?
demanding. They're like, I'm bored, I'm hungry. I want to watch Paw Patrol. Daddy, my Paw Patrol's over. Well, fucking learn how to use a goddamn remote control.
There's
Grayson.
a comedian that used to call kids dream killers.
Was it Louis C.K.?
Yes.
Okay. So what have you been up to, Carlos? It's been a while.
Yeah, it has. I've been working. Jose, my brother, got into town last week, and
Woohoo!
was excited to have him come in. He'll be in for a month and a half.
Damn,
nice.
son.
So we've been doing.
Did you bring your lady with you?
I did not. She's back home working and paying my rent.
Yeah, well, somebody's got to get it done.
Those Polish brides,
But I'm planning.
I bet she's banging hot too, dude. Because like,
Of course she is.
I've
She is.
known some Polish chicks, and it's either they look like they got hit in the face with an ugly stick, or they're just banging hot. There's no like in between.
It's terribly difficult to be a married man in Poland.
I can imagine.
Because 7 out of 10 women are over 7s or, approaching 8s.
Right.
And
Easily, yeah.
once they find out you're American, does the value of you go up?
I'll put it this way: like, there was a line behind my wife if she decided not to date me.
Damn, dude.
So.
I should have gone to Poland when I was in fucking Europe after high school or after
I'm
college.
not an amazing looking man. by
Yeah,
any
you went
means,
to some like Caribbean island.
Huh?
Where were you when you met Kirsten?
No, I met Kurt. That was like 10 years after
Was
college.
that YWAM?
No, that was in El Salvador.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I met her in El Salvador.
We were in Central America.
Yeah, but no, I went to I kind of backpacked a bit ish through Europe right after college for a couple weeks. So I should have gone to Poland.
Well, I'll actually be going to Poland from November 2nd to the 11th.
Banging.
Nice.
So I'm excited about that. I'm going to bring back a nice
A kielbasa?
bottle of liquor for you and for
Sweet.
Reuben.
Dude, we're getting shit hammered and we're going to podcast.
Yeah, we are.
And everybody's getting an Uber home because you're not staying here.
I'll bring some Kinder eggs that we can open on air.
Have they made those legal again?
I didn't know they were illegal.
Yeah, you can't bring those into the country, man.
What?
There's like a limit on there's a limit on how much you can bring into the country.
I plan on bringing 3 dozen.
Nice. Yeah, I remember I think actually if in one of my boxes scattered about the basement on my side here, one of my mom's sisters, her husband was stationed in Germany, and for holidays and stuff they would send back Kinder eggs, and I have the little toys. And some of them actually had like little motors in them.
Oh yeah.
Like it was crazy.
So why the hell are they banned?
Because it's the United States and we can't have nice things.
I just said, why the hell are they banned?
And I told you.
Yeah.
Because we're the United States and we can't have nice things.
By the way, we're drinking Matilda beer by Goose Island.
And me and Jose are currently drinking Bell's Marzen Oktoberfest.
Oktoberfest, yes, and it tastes how
Nice.
dog food smells.
Yes, it does. Actually, I preferred the Matilda, quite frankly.
I did, and this Matilda's a bit old too.
Is it? It's a 2017, though.
It tastes old. It tastes like how a good bar should smell, like stale beer.
Yeah, I got that. I got you there.
What are you drinking, Dana?
I am drinking nothing. I am drinking water. That's what I'm drinking.
Well, next time we are all 3 together, that's going to be different.
Well, that's not going to be for a couple more weeks, dude, because I've got my 20th high school reunion next weekend.
Dana's getting older.
How do you feel about that? Are you nervous
Fuck
at all?
off, bro. Yours was before mine, so
Yeah, mine was-
just remember, you're always going to be older.
Fuck you, I know. I don't give a shit. Fuck it.
Are you nervous at all?
No, I'm on the committee, so I'm totally I'm excited for it. I really am. I'm looking forward to it because we're doing like a pre-thing on Friday night, and then Saturday is the actual reunion.
Sorry, I forgot you were on my mic and I was about to do this. And I muted my mic so that I wouldn't belch on the air like a fucking asshole, and I totally muted everything that you just said.
I would love to go to a high school reunion, but I never graduated. So
You didn't?
no, I got my GED, but that doesn't count.
Hey, dude, it's a good enough diploma.
Right?
Yeah, that's what I was right.
I
That's
did
what
go to
I was
college
gonna
for a
do.
couple years.
So that counts for something,
I've
dude.
just never had actual graduation ceremony. I've never been a part of a graduation ceremony ever.
You're not missing much. They're fucking boring.
What the fuck?
She's all mad about it. I'm like, dude, it's all good.
Maybe we should do an honorary one for him, Reuben.
Right? I can start
Please
playing.
do.
I can start playing Pachelbel's Canon.
Dana,
you
Dana,
can
we
walk
could-
down the stairs to the podcast throne.
Yes, we could do that on air. That'd be great. Can I be
I think
valedictorian?
it's a great idea.
Dude, you are the valedictorian of my heart. Oh,
So I've been good, man. I've been good. I've just been really busy with work and everything else, of course.
right on. Yeah, dude, shit.
But yeah, making time for fun things,
Right
all that
on.
good stuff.
Dude, I hear you, man. Like, work has been insane.
Yeah, Dana, work has been insane for you, hasn't it?
For me,
Holy crap.
It's been fucking nuts, man. Like, I'm doing the job of, like, 3 people. And I mean, don't get me wrong, like, it's good. I'm actually happy about it because it's giving me an opportunity to learn about other parts of the business. But it's just crazy. Like I was telling Reuben, I'm going to have to do some work tomorrow, too, for a little bit.
You're going to whip that big-ass lady dick out and start smacking bitches in the face with it.
I mean, that's exactly what I'm trying to, get to that point. I'd really like to get a senior title and get a raise, of course, duh. But yeah, just busy with work and, being sort of social when I can be. So that's about it, though, man.
Right on. Yeah, I just applied for a management position and interviewed for it last week, so hopefully I'll hear something back soon.
I hope you hear back.
I'm excited for you.
Too.
I hope you do get that.
Yeah, part of me hopes I do get it, and part of me is like, I don't know. Bonuses.
Why?
Because, man, bonuses and an overtime are fucking sweet. And if you're management, bonuses suck, and bonuses
You're working
ain't
off
shit.
Salary then.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, salary with
you
no
don't get
overtime.
bonuses if you're in management?
They get
performance bonuses.
Yeah, no, it's like performance index shit, and like some of it is like one of the managers was telling me like the best bonus they got was about $1,000 total.
What?
Yeah, and I'm used to bringing in like.
I mean, that sounds good.
It's good, but when you're used to bringing in like between $3,000 and $3,500
for a bonus,
for a quarterly bonus,
yeah,
it makes a difference. So the last guy that had the position said he took a $30,000 pay cut to take this position.
Shut the fuck up! Are you serious?
Yeah. But the crazy thing is, I don't work a ton of overtime, so it really doesn't. The overtime, I can't really, negotiate that. But it's the bonuses, man. The bonuses are what's gonna fucking kill me.
Ah, man. Well, just start selling your sperm on the side or sell a kidney. Something.
Dude, honestly.
And then it'll help make,
Nobody wants that shit. But my wife barely wanted it. She's like, I know we need to have kids, so I guess I'll accept a little bit of it. So. But, yeah, no, man, been busy. Just fucking went to Minneapolis a couple weeks back. Tried to meet up with our Minnesota correspondent, Jesse. But
did you go to Paisley Park?
I did not. Like, I've never had an opportunity to
Your
get
ass
there.
was eating buckets of chocolate chip cookies.
Yes. Yeah, I went to the Minnesota State Fair. Dude, they got buckets of chocolate chip cookies, man. And, like, I don't know what is in these chocolate chip cookies. I think they put straight up opium in them because they are the shit. Like, they are the best chocolate. Look, I come from a family of, like, candy makers and bakers, not by trade or profession, but by just fucking default. Like, my mom makes some bomb-ass cookies. My mom's cookies taste like they came out of the fucking ass of a fucking dog that's just got fucking some indigestion issues. Like, liquid diarrhea ass compared to, like, these cookies that I had up there. And, like, it's a madhouse. Like, imagine, like, the merch line at the craziest concert you've ever been to, where people are just like, it almost feels like you're on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange.
You're afraid they're going to run out before you get to the front?
Yeah, dude. That's the kind of line that this particular cookie stand gets. Like, it's fucking insane.
Those are my cookies, bitch.
Yeah, right? But it's Minnesota, so everybody's nice about it. Oh, go ahead. Go in front of me. It's okay. You know?
So you met Jesse, though?
No, I did not get an opportunity. Jesse and I did not get an opportunity to, like, cross paths. Like, it just seemed like, we were only up there from, like, Friday to Monday, so everything was just kind of compounded, and especially when, I think it was Friday or Saturday, it was Friday that we went to the state fair, so we just couldn't make it happen. But we did go to this brewery. Yeah, next time. But we did go to this brewery up there.
Yeah, that's cool. You showed me pictures of that.
Yeah, the Lakeville, I think it is, Lakeville Brewery.
It's like a family-oriented brewery?
Yeah, it was the craziest brewery I've ever been to in that aspect. Like, it sits on like a quarter acre. I can't remember if Carlos, you and I talked about this on the last
I don't think we
podcast.
did.
But it sits on like a quarter acre or something like that, and they just have this big fenced-in area. You can bring your kids.
Playgrounds.
Yeah, well, they didn't have a playground, but they had shit for the kids to do. You could let them run loose, like you could just let them run wild like Hulkamania, and but like it was cool. Like you could sit there and just drink your beer, and they had fantastic food. I had a lamb burger. Oh my god, like.
I don't know about that. Was it good?
Dude, I'm getting hard just thinking about it. Like, it was delicious. And
what was on it? You got to give some more description.
it was like a half-pound lamb patty with, like, tzatziki sauce on it and fucking limes, or not limes, but, like, lettuce, tomato, normal burger fixins. It was fucking delicious, dude.
If that was my restaurant, I would call it this. The Lamborghini burger.
Nice.
And then I would say the Cadillac of burgers.
Nice. Jose's just sitting here shaking his head like that's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, I'm used to Carlos's horrible jokes.
As am I. That's why we put him on the show.
He has a thing where he will, like, I'll say a joke very quietly to him, and he'll recycle the joke, and everybody will laugh.
Yes,
yeah.
That's true. I've been a thrift store for his jokes for years.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's fucking hilarious. So yeah, but we went to this place, and man, we let the kids, Kirsten's best friend, her and her husband live up there.
Let them run wild,
dude. Seriously, they both fell asleep on the way back to the house.
You're like, go on, kids, we're gonna get drunk.
Yeah, right. No, like it wasn't. We didn't get crunk or nothing, but but it was definitely they wore themselves out, and apparently like every once a week or once a month or something, they have like a true family night, and they bring in bouncy houses and all kinds of shit to this place. I'm like, we need something like that around here. I wish I knew how to brew beer.
You could take the class, dude. There's like a brew and grow down the street.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in like Roselle, I think.
Excuse me while I chocolate rain.
But yeah, that'd be interesting. I mean, Carlos and I both know a dude that actually brews his own beer too, and yet I have yet to.
Michael?
Yeah,
yeah.
I have yet to taste his delicious brews.
I interviewed him on my podcast.
Yes, you did.
He brought 3 different types.
I know, you lucky bastard.
By the way, I know that we've always talked about it. Dana or Reuben, do you guys ever hear from Tay Zonday?
No, not since he liked the one tweet that I did.
Nope. Nope.
I mean, he follows us, I still think, on Twitter.
We need to get his ass on a phone interview.
Right.
Well, you need to reach out to him then, Carlos.
I'll reach out to him.
Mission.
I don't know if Carlos can you. I don't know what our Twitter information is anymore as far as our login credentials. So you'll have to give him that offline.
Yeah, I don't remember either. I just have it tethered to my account. Like, I don't know.
Right. It's just there.
I had to log into it.
Yo, Chocolate Rain, what's up? Can we talk?
Right.
What are you doing these days? You look like you studied at MIT. Is that true?
Oh, fuck. Carlos, you could tweet at him, though, from your personal account if he's got one.
I will.
And, you should.
Hit me up, Tay-Tay.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, my God.
I know, dude. Dude,
God.
like, it's cool to have you on the phone, Dana. I wish you were fucking here, man. Like,
I know.
Like, it's a different dynamic, man. Like, god damn.
Tell my shitty neighbors to stop fucking having their little ass bag child throw candy in my fucking yard.
Wait, this isn't...
Holly got...
This is a child? This isn't the fucking delinquent son?
No, dude, this is their little fucking kid who's like 9 or 10.
Is he fat?
He's a young kid, but he's old enough to know better. It's that little fucker, and I think it's his stupid little friends who keep doing it. Because Ollie got tagged in the face the other day. He got stung. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, it's this little fucker.
Kick his ass, Seabass.
Dude, you have no idea the amount of restraint that I had to put on myself because I'm not kidding you. I would have fucking caught a case, and you guys would have been bailing my ass out of jail.
Dude, I'll punch a 9-year-old. I have no problems with punching a 9-year-old.
Did you catch that movie reference? Kick his ass, Seabass?
No.
It's from Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, dude, I haven't seen Dumb and Dumber in probably since it came out on VHS.
Well, you should.
Well, I'm an asshole, so go hashtag
you're not
fuck
an
yourself. Hashtag go fuck yourself.
No, man. Yeah, and poor Ollie, though. Like, I just feel so bad for him because he got tagged again today in the fucking face by a wasp because of it. And then he, like, got sick after eating whatever the fuck candy that this little asshole threw over the fence.
Dude,
and then I just think it's just not a good day.
Was it like Mexican candy? Because that shit makes me sick, dude. I don't like.
Reuben, I wish I could tell you what it was because it's been so hot out too. Like when I looked at it in the yard, I don't even know what it is. Like because it got all melted in the yard.
Ew.
Yeah. Fucking gross because it's all stuck on the grass and shit now too. Yeah, and I don't want to like touch it and pick it up and shit either.
You don't want to taste it and find out what it is?
I mean, it smelled delicious, right?
You bastard.
No, no, not really. I do not want to do that.
Do you remember the candy bar 100 grand?
Yeah, I've had one of those.
Oh yeah.
So I was on. This is a segue, by the way. It goes perfectly into what you were talking about. I was on a road trip down to Atlanta, and we had this little bitty dog with us that we had in the back seat. I fell asleep. In the meantime, he ate like 10 of those 100 grands, which I didn't know.
Were they the mini bars?
No.
Mini bars.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And threw up, and nobody noticed. And I looked over and I saw something sitting there. I was like, "What's this?" And I reached over and grabbed it, and it just sort of slimed between all my fingers, and it was his 100 grand vomit.
Did you eat it?
No, I had no way to. I almost started throwing up myself.
You bastard.
Lots of gagging.
Oh, man.
I'll never forget that.
Freaking gross.
Dude, that reminds me of like a trip that I took to Wisconsin with my folks, and like they had like this old shitty Nissan pickup truck. It was like kind of like a Chevy S10, but they had a cap on it. So me and my dog would ride in the back like a bunch of heathens. And chocolate rain. And his anal glands needed to be expelled. But that's before like anybody knew that was a thing. And like all of a sudden, like he's just sitting on this chair and they leaked. So the entire back of the cabin of the truck smelled like fishy shit.
Oh, you're lucky that did he get it on you?
No, I don't recall if it got on me. I do not believe that it did, but like, yeah, it was rancid. It was quite possibly the worst thing that I've ever smelled in my life. Like,
Ollie did that once to me. Like, we haven't had to take them to get them done, like, because.
Oh yeah, I don't fuck with that anymore. Every time I take the dogs in, I'm like, yeah. Or every time I take Ricky Dog in, I'm like, yeah. He's scooting his ass on the carpet. Fuck with his ass.
See, they don't. Ours don't even do that. Like, luckily, knock on fucking wood, like we haven't had to have that done to them. But sometimes, like with Ollie, if he doesn't get it all out after he's done taking a crap outside, he'll come inside the house and you can tell that it didn't happen when he was out there. And he'll fucking come, and then one day he tagged me right on my leg. He fucking sat his butthole right on my leg, and I'm like, motherfucker! I'm like, are you really?
Dude,
Ew.
seriously, dog ass is like seriously one of the worst things ever.
I just tweeted Tay on day.
Oh, aren't you fucking fancy?
I said
I want to hear what he says back.
I said I'd love to interview you on our podcast at Pop Goulash. Let me know if you'd be down with that. Good day, sir.
He's like, tell me good day. Fuck you. I said good day.
He takes out his leather glove to slap me up across the face.
Get you oops upside the head.
That's worthy of a sword duel.
Yeah.
What did you say?
That's worthy of a sword fight when a man slaps you across the face with his leather gloves.
But by sword fight, he means in his mouth.
That's you know exactly what he means by that.
In my hand.
Oh, good Lord.
So Grayson's party is tomorrow, yeah?
Yeah, dude, he turned 3 this week. Like, I've kept a human being alive for 3 years. It's amazing. Like,
I'm a little bit impressed, I gotta say.
I think the bigger accomplishment is that Kirsten has kept all 3 of you alive for 3 years.
Or Kirsten hasn't murdered me yet.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. It's like that fucking Lonely Island song. She says she's going to kill me in her sleep, but she won't.
Lonely Island.
Dude, I love the
From
Lonely
SNL?
Island. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the Lonely Island.
Oh my God! By the way,
Yes.
so next Tuesday.
See you
know
next
what
Tuesday.
Tuesday is, right, Reuben?
Yeah, This Is Us comes back on TV.
Yes, sir.
Fucking A.
I've only seen
Yep.
the pilot.
Dude, you have
You
3
need to
days
check
to
the
binge
fuck up.
the entire fucking season.
Okay.
It's amazing. Like, I'm going to cry. I know I'm going to cry. It's going to come on, and I'm going to weep like a little bitch, and I'm cool with
You
that.
will, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay, because I'll be right there fucking crying with you too, man. I've been hearing, like, everything that I've been reading about it.
I haven't
Talked
read
about-
shit.
How many episodes are in the first season?
Like 13?
Okay.
It's just a half a
10,
season.
Or was it 12?
It's 12 or 13. No, because usually if they do, like, they'll do like 6 episodes or 8 episodes, and then they'll order additional episodes. I think there's only 13 episodes in the first season.
Well, it's the first half of the first season, right?
No, the first season. I don't think it went a full 26. Can somebody IMDb that for us?
Oh, I'm thinking. Okay, I'm thinking when it came back in January, because that was the. That's right.
Yeah, no, they
right.
only had like a partial season because it was. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think it was a mid-season replacement, but it was one of those that they weren't quite banking on it. I think it was one of those that they were like, all right, this might be good, and then it blew the fuck up.
And then it fucking totally blew up. Yeah. Like, but for good reason.
18
obviously.
episodes.
Oh, when 18 episodes?
18
Okay.
episodes, yeah.
All right. So I was
Was
close.
it really? Okay.
Yeah, because usually a season is 23 to 26 episodes.
Mandy Moore is in that?
Yes. And she's amazing. She's fucking amazing. And she's
Jose, have you
banging
watched
hot,
that show?
Me and my wife just started watching it, and yeah, Mandy Moore. Didn't she play the mother in the
Yes.
beginning of like the pilot episode? I should
Yes.
say, yeah.
Yeah, and she plays it throughout. So
Yeah, I mean, we're
Yeah.
intrigued, and we're going to keep watching it,
Yeah.
but gotta wait a few months.
Dude, it's interesting. I knew you grew up here,
Yeah.
but I can definitely tell you've been in Poland for some time.
Oh yeah, when your primary occupation is having conversations with people to better their English, you tend to change your accent a bit so
Yeah.
they can understand it better.
Right.
You tend to slow down. You tend to speak more clearly, and yeah, it's changed a lot.
Unlike here in the United States where we just speak slower and louder because that makes you understand English better.
Yeah, that and we also tend to blend words together.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, but it comes
So,
back.
in Polish, how would you say, strap on your ear goggles, bitches, it's time for pop goulash?
You're asking the wrong person.
Do you not speak Polish?
No, dude, I'm living in my own little America. Like, I refuse
Really?
to learn the language. No.
Really?
No, I mean, it's not necessary.
Really?
No, I mean, Polish is the number one language, obviously, but the second language is English,
Okay.
followed by Vietnamese.
Really?
Strange.
I never would have guessed that.
Neither would I.
Very strange. We have a very huge population in Warsaw of Vietnamese.
Interesting. Well, I don't know if the rumor that I've heard is true, but I've always heard that there are more Polish people in Chicago than there are in Warsaw.
If we were talking
I've heard
about population,
Yes.
Chicago would be the third biggest Polish city in the world.
Really?
After Warsaw, and then
Wow.
Krakow, and then you have Chicago.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting because I never thought that Krakow was in Poland.
Yeah,
Like, my fucking world history is bullshit because, you grew up here.
of course. Yeah.
Everything is like America. Fuck yeah. Eagles, fucking flags,
Exactly.
and fuck you, everybody.
Yeah.
And especially now that we've got dipshit 45 in office. Dude, what is that like over there? Not to get political, but dude, seriously, what is it like being overseas and seeing all the dumb fuck bullshit that's going on over here?
It's kind of a relief, but at the same time, you feel a bit helpless.
Relief that you're there?
Well, this is the thing. Right now, the Polish people just voted into office a similar party.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's called the Peace and
Really?
Justice Party. They just passed legislation to make textbooks put certain facts in them, such as marriages, mixed marriages. Mixed race marriages. 75% of them fail. This is going to be in official textbooks.
And that's bullshit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's even a higher percentage if when it comes to a marriage between a Polish person and an Arab person.
Really?
They're huge,
Can you believe that?
anti-Arab.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. Europe is pretty anti-Arab.
Yeah.
From everything that I've seen, heard, and whatnot. They're just like, fuck you guys.
But that's the thing is like Poland doesn't have a big Arab population.
That's so weird.
They're just living in fear, pretty much.
for nothing.
Yeah.
Which is basically what we're doing here.
I mean, for years, Poland have, we fought the Turks for many, many years. Yes, I've said we.
yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, you're practically
I
living
identify
there.
now with the Polish population. So.
Interesting. That's really interesting.
And who do you live right across the street from?
I live across the street from the party leader of the current party that's in
Control.
basically in control. Yeah, I live right across the
Really?
street. Yeah, and there's always protests in front of his house. So I'm sitting on my balcony drinking a beer, and there's a protest across the street.
You're like, motherfucker, I'm just trying to get to work today.
Exactly. I'm just trying to enjoy my beer, listen to some music.
Nice.
Man, I'm just trying to make some money up in here.
Damn, that's crazy. Like, you're the first, like, foreign correspondent that we've had.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
And the big rage right now is sandwiches. Right?
What are you talking about?
In
Sandwiches?
Poland. Like,
Dude, sandwiches have been a part of European breakfasts.
No, I know that.
For many, many years.
what's in the food culture right now? What's the big thing that's kind of emerging?
Well, if they've got a Vietnamese culture, I'm sure banh mi is fucking
Dude,
huge.
Vietnamese is like
Right.
Vietnamese food is like the Euro place.
Dude.
Of
I wish it
Warsaw.
was the Euro place of Chicago because I love me some Vietnamese food.
Dude, totally.
Especially after going to Vietnam.
You
Like,
pay like 10 Polish zloty, which is like $3.60, and you have a giant meal.
yeah.
of
Dude, that's
Vietnamese
like
food.
going over to Vietnam. Like, you give them like $3.10 and you're like
Exactly.
stuffed.
It's like Carlos is going to come over. I'm going to show him a good time.
Yeah, Carlos is actually making a trip over to Poland in November.
Yeah. And I'll go to McDonald's there and get a lumberjack burger.
That's
The
right.
fuck is a lumberjack burger?
You have a piece of breaded camembert nestled on top of a beef patty
With a fried egg
What?
with a fried egg, yeah,
and barbecue sauce.
and jalapenos. Yeah.
It sounds amazing.
Why do we get bullshit food here and you get the amazing stuff? Dude, when I was in...
Yeah, but how does it taste though? Because it's still a fast food chain. So I'd be curious how that tastes. Is it like good?
Well, here's the thing to remember, too. Here's the thing to remember, too, Dana. Overseas, they don't allow, like, 80% of the bullshit that we put in the burgers here.
Yeah, there's that, and there's the fact that you're not going to get 16-year-olds making your food. You're going to get people with integrity preparing your meal, people who are happy to have a job.
So you're probably not going to get a pube in your burger.
Well, every once in a
Short
while.
and curly. I fucking hope not. See,
Now, Fiona,
I've
you
never
used to
been
tell 'em to bar-
Europe, so I have no context. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I told you, Fiona, you used to having them grill up napkins, too.
I knew you fucking liked that show.
Dude, we'll get
I'm
into
glad
that.
You started watching.
We'll get into it. We'll get into it. So, please. So, like, what is like the big shit in Poland right now? Like, as far as
food?
food, music, television. Like what is Polish shit? The only Polish shit we get here looks like if you turn on the Polish channel here, like you see some cartoon that looks like it was made in 1974 with like a ViewMaster. Like, so, like, we think that, like, Polish TV and, like, dude, seriously, some of the shit that's on the Polish station here, you're like, dude, did you not get out of the fucking 19th century?
Well, like, I'll agree that Polish TV is shit, and I never watch Polish TV.
Okay.
Yeah, I usually hack into Carlos's Comcast account, and I...
Spreading the love.
That's right.
Nice.
But Poland right now, they're all about protecting the Constitution, a lot of anti-governmental protest. You have that. What else are we about? The arts, education. That's one of the big misconceptions about Poland is that people are very uneducated.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
for, growing up here, you hear nothing but dumb Polak
Exactly.
jokes.
Right, exactly.
And they're hilarious. I love them all. And Polish people also tell them.
Really? Well, and I think, what was it, that the reason that kind of came in was because, during World War I or World War II, like, they came in with tanks and they were trying to fight off the tanks with sticks and rocks and bullshit?
Well, it's that, and what they would do is they would specifically seek out the doctors, the scientists, all the smart people, just to kill them.
Really?
Yeah.
Ain't that some shit?
That's crazy, man.
Fucking Hitler. Fuck that guy.
But I would have to say that maybe 80% of my friends, they all have master's degrees. Like, you don't finish college until you have a master's degree.
My wife, really?
Yeah.
That's rad.
Yeah.
Like, my wife finished her master's degree before we started having kids, and she's way smarter than I am.
Yeah, my wife is the same way. She had her master's like at 21.
So what
damn.
I was trying to ask earlier, and it didn't come out the right way. What is the food scene right now in Poland?
Carlos is like, fuck all that bullshit. What's the food like?
Yeah, what's the food scene?
Well, I've been living there for 3 years now, and when I first got there, the big trend was burgers, like cheeseburgers, different type of burgers. And
Did they never have burgers before?
Well, they
or
did,
was it
but-
like Soviet Union where they're like, we want American food and blue jeans and anthrax that just came out last week?
I
The
guess
band, not the disease.
the only idea of a burger they had was McDonald's, and like the artisanal burger wasn't really a thing then.
Okay.
So that was at first, and then craft beer really came in, and we have so many craft beer.
That's so crazy
makers.
because
It's
like
insane.
Europe is like the birthplace of beer.
Well, like when you're talking about Germany, you have very, very strict rules on how you can brew beer.
Really?
And then you're talking about Belgium, of course. The French are so-so on beer. But yeah, the Poles are starting to come in strong in the craft beer scene. Carlos had a craft beer the other day,
I did. It was really good. It was a Polish craft beer.
and now
You know,
he
I
has
think-
another one.
I think at Tony's, there's a supermarket not too far from here. I mean, you grew up in the Chicago area. I don't know if you're familiar with the Tony's chain.
Of course.
But they have like a Polish beer there that's like 14%.
Really?
Yeah. I had one of them. It doesn't taste very good, but it'll get you fucked up.
Yeah, you have your Polish Budweisers, like your Tiskia or Żywiec, and that's pretty standard. So,
Right
but
on.
yeah, we're talking about trends in food in Poland.
So what's the biggest trend right now?
Right now, it's Mexican food.
Really?
It's getting really big.
Is it any good?
I have a few friends that make Mexican food, and they're all from other
Expats?
places other than Poland. Yeah, one friend is from Houston, Texas, and one is from Mexico City.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
So
makes sense.
do they scream cultural appropriation over there?
it depends. All the old people could care less.
Really? Well, yeah, that makes sense.
course.
Oh, sorry.
That's fine. But all the young people are for equal rights. They're all in favor of accepting people from Syria into the country, and the old
God
people
damn,
don't
it's-
want it to happen.
Totally the opposite of here.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, the reason
Kind of makes you want to move to Poland, right?
Dude, it makes me want to move anywhere but the United States. Like I said before on the Damon podcast, I think it was the first episode because that's the only one I was on. But it was like, here in the States, we were born on third and we think we hit a triple.
Yeah.
And then you go everywhere else in the world, you're like, wow, this is actually way cooler than what we've got going on.
But in the same breath, I think we're in a similar situation. Like with Trump, Middle America.
Oh, we don't mention his name. We call
I'm
him
sorry,
45.
Okay, 45. Middle America pretty much voted him into office.
Not
And it's the
this
same
It's true.
thing
I mean, it is
with Poland.
true, though.
Yeah, it's the
Right.
same thing with Poland. Like they made all these promises. We're going to give you money if you have a lot of kids.
Which is the opposite of what's going on here. They're like, oh, you got a lot of kids? Sorry, welfare mom, you ain't getting shit.
Yeah,
So all the poor people voted in.
Oh, of course.
Poor and religious.
And they basically went against their constitution in this latest election on
Really?
how they took over office.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow.
But anyway,
Crazy.
And that's been Global History Hour with Pop Goulash.
back to food.
So yeah, so Mexican food and burgers, huh?
Mexican food is big right now. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, good stuff.
Crazy.
Yeah, but I feel like that's kind of similar to out here, though, too. Like, as far as food trends go. Because, like, burgers, that was kind of like the big thing, like Reuben, like, with Kuma Corner and all that
True.
shit, and, like, all those fancy burger places and, like, tacos and stuff.
True.
Like,
Yeah, but then again,
Taco Tuesday's a big thing, but, yeah.
well, I mean, you got to
I feel like
figure
it's
too,
similar.
though, Dana. Here in Chicago, we have a very, very high in the Chicagoland area. There's a very high Mexican American population here. Especially where you live and where I live. Like, I would say that it's probably you and me, Gringo. We're the minorities in this area.
Oh,
God,
yeah.
I love
Aurora, too.
Yeah, I love being the minority. I really do. Like, fucking, I hate.
I'm cool with it.
Fuck
yeah.
white people. Like, I don't care. Fuck them.
Fuck white people.
Right? Like we're cleaning up the backyard yesterday to get ready for Grayson's birthday party tomorrow, and like there's all these we had tiki torches in the backyard, and they're just kind of fucked up because we've had them for a couple years. And I'm like, man, I want to buy some tiki torches, but I don't want to look like I'm inciting a race riot.
I got that. You got to cut your hair a little bit differently, though.
Yeah, I don't wear Dockers, and I don't dress like that.
You've got to get that hard part.
Right, a crazy bald cut with the part on the side. So
Wear knee-high socks with your Crocs.
yeah, fuck that noise. So
Cool. I know what I'll get you for your birthday then.
sweet.
Good idea. Good idea.
I've always wanted a pair of Crocs. I've always wanted shoes that let shit get into the inside of them.
It's so ridiculous.
Dude, they're the worst. Like every time I see somebody with a pair of Crocs, I'm like, so did you choose to wear those?
Did you get a croc tan on your foot?
Yeah, dude. Like, I can understand if you're like 7. That makes sense. You know, you're a kid. You got no fucking idea what's going on. You're a grown-ass man or a grown-ass woman. Don't wear you wearing fucking Crocs. I'm sorry. Fuck you, Mario Batali or whatever the fuck your name is. I know you're a Crocs bitch. You shouldn't be wearing that shit in the kitchen. That shit'll fuck your feet up. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. So, Dana, as we get to this point of the podcast, what, my friend, have you been consuming?
So, I'm kind of excited because I know you had given me the reco a long time ago, and I hadn't listened until recently. I finally started binging on that Kesha album.
Dude.
The new one.
Dude.
It is so fucking good. It is such a good album. I like every single song on that album. There's not one that, like, I don't like. And even, like, those super poppy ones. And I mean, we both know I'm not a super huge fan of that shit either. But
right.
Really solid album from her. I really dig it a whole lot.
So has she just, like, has she exponentially grown as a musician? Because
yes.
The only other thing I've heard from her was crap.
Huh?
I don't like her, so I haven't I haven't heard the new album, but it must be a lot better than what it was.
I'm not a fan of her previous shit. I'll be the first one to admit that. And like from everything that I've read on her and stuff too, like they kind of just took that and ran with it. That like as far as her doing all that poppy dancey bullshit.
That was her producer too.
Right.
So who would you compare her to now?
I would say...
I like I told you, Reuben, I think I told you this too. I don't know that I would necessarily compare her to anybody, but if I had to parallel it to another artist who did something similar, I would say Lady Gaga for sure.
Yeah, I would concur. Like, she kind of took her... She finally, like, took a step out of the role that she had been placed upon. It was like,
right.
I'm going to do my thing. And she's got 3 fucking country songs on the album.
Yep. It made me very, very happy.
And one of them is with Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton. Yeah.
And then she's got 2 songs with Eagles of Death Metal.
Yep.
Dude, like, she had me at Eagles of Death Metal.
The one song, I think it's the opening song on the album, I believe she collaborated with Ben Folds, from what I read.
Really? The Don't Let the Motherfuckers Get You or whatever it is?
No, hang on, let me look it up. Maybe it's not the opening song, but give me a second. I'm just going to pull up the album real quick. Because, I mean, I'm that dork. Like, I had to look to see, and read about the album.
That's the one thing about, like, Apple Music and Spotify that I just don't like right now, is that, like, they don't give you the liner notes of the album. Like, if you want to find out who produces what or who guested on what song, you gotta dig onto, like, Wikipedia or other things like that.
Or buy a CD.
Or buy the CD. Which I still buy CDs and vinyl, but still, like, sometimes I don't get a chance to get to the record shop as often or as early as I'd like. So,
yeah, totally understand that.
Right. So.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That was a solid recommendation, though. I'm really happy that that you suggested.
I told you, dude. I
really love it.
It's such an empowering record, especially after, like, I think you needed that record. I'll just say that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think that's what. Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely,
I agree with you.
Absolutely,
I definitely agree with that. But yeah, very, very good reco. So I've been listening to that. I've also just, I love him so much, Jason Isbell. I've been totally binging on the Nashville Sound for weeks now. I love that fucking album so much. And I've also been listening to the other one, Southeastern. I think that one's from like 2013 or something like that. But that is also such a great album. Have you checked that one out yet, Reuben?
I haven't heard any of his stuff prior to the Nashville Sound.
Oh, dude, you have to.
Yeah, Jason Isbell started off in a band called the Drive-By Truckers.
Drive-By Truckers.
And
I've heard of them.
He left the band in like 2007 or something like that. And I was all like...
I think it was 2007 because it was, or maybe 2006. He had a bad drug habit, though. That's a lot of the reason why he wound up leaving the band.
Right. Well, I mean, I was at the point where I was like, oh, dude, Drive-By Truckers, I saw those guys. I must have seen them. And then I Wikipedia'd him. I'm like, I didn't see that motherfucker. But his album, Jason Isbell and the 400 Unit is the group that he's playing with right now. And they've got an album called The Nashville Sound. Dude, it's fucking incredible. Dude, Cumberland Gap, I swear to God, Cumberland Gap. That song just like...
Yeah.
The song's fucking amazing. He reminds me much of old Bruce Springsteen. Like 70s era Bruce Springsteen, like Welcome to Asbury Park all the way through to like Born to Run.
I think that's a fair comparison.
Like I said that.
Really do.
Yeah, I said that about Arcade Fire's Neon Bible as well. Like that album was very much a like early Bruce Springsteen record, and then fucking Arcade Fire went to bullshit. But Jason Isbell, from everything that I've kind of heard about him, his whole shit, like his thing, he sounded like that the entire time that he's ever, that's his sound. That's what he does.
Oh, yeah, dude. I saw him back in, was it 2009 at the Double Door.
Really? Shut the front door.
The 400 Unit. Huh?
I said shut the front door.
Yeah, no, dude, he was he was fantastic live. He was so great live. I mean, that's still one of my favorite shows that I've seen.
Wow. Yeah, dude. Fucking that album's incredible, dude. Carlos, Jose, definitely check out.
So would you say start with the new one or the one right before that?
That's the one that I got. But Dana, you're the expert, so I'll defer to you.
I would, honestly, start with the Nashville Sound and then work your way backwards. In my opinion.
It's Nashville Sound, not National Sound, because it kind of sounds shitty coming through my phone. No, I know you. I did.
Nashville. Oh,
I thought you said National too.
Yeah, coming through the phone, it sounds like National, not Nashville. So
got it.
But yeah, dude, fucking incredible
Nashville
record.
Sound. It's such a beautiful album. Have you watched the YouTube video yet for If We Were Vampires?
No.
Oh, dude, you have to.
I've not.
Really good video too.
Well, Carlos is the YouTube guy, so.
Yeah, you got to check it out though. I mean, I love him. I love him and his wife. He did. Oh God, what was it? I think it was almost a month ago. Maybe it was 3 weeks ago. He did one of those NPR tiny. What do they call them? Like the
tiny desk
performances.
Tiny desk.
Yeah. He did one of those, and it's funny because, like, of course, like the page they boosted the post, so they could get more people to interact with it. I watched that fucking thing. I'm not even kidding you, like 10 times in a row at work.
Post the link on our page.
Yeah, I'll find it later and I'll post it there. It was a really, really good performance too.
Nice,
really, really good.
Yeah. That guy's fucking talented, dude.
I know. He's just, I'm so glad that my friend years ago introduced me to him.
Well,
I'm huh?
No, go ahead.
No, what were you going to say?
No, I had only heard about him probably not even 6 months ago, 5-6 months ago.
No, really?
Yeah. You may have mentioned him to me, but I don't recall. But I remember when Charlie Memphis was here and his dad and my buddy Tom were all out back drinking beers and setting the backyard on fire. They had mentioned Jason Isbell, and that was kind of the first or second time I'd ever heard about him. So I was like, "Oh, all right."
I'm glad that you jumped on the bandwagon.
Well, and then that 400 Unit album just came out recently, so I was at Kiss the Sky one day and I was like, "Oh, what the fuck? I'll give it a shot."
Yeah. He's, like I said, just a talented dude. I love it.
Nice.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
What else? What else you been into?
What else have I been binging lately? Brandy Carlisle. I don't know if you've ever listened to her at all. She's amazing. So
is she any relation to Bob Carlisle?
No, I don't think so.
Who did Butterfly Kisses?
Oh my God! Do you know what they finally just released on like Apple Music, and it might be on Spotify too?
I do not.
Tori Amos's band, the Why Can't Tori Read?
Seriously?
They finally have that available. Yeah, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I've owned this. I personally owned the CD for like. Shut the fuck up! I personally owned the CD for like 17 years.
Like an original copy or a bootleg copy? Because we used to sell the bootleg copies all the time at Kiss the Sky.
Yeah, it's a bootleg copy because I couldn't find. You know what I'm saying? Like clearly, like nobody was
such a limited
selling
run.
the actual one.
Right.
Yeah. So I bought that years and years ago, but now that they finally have that available, I was like,
Really?
that's really good for people who are fans who didn't have access to it.
I have to
'Cause
check that
now
out.
They can check it out and listen to it. It's
Oh.
not that great. It's
No.
like 80s, like synth pop kind of shit with Tori Amos's voice, but I think it's still cool to listen to, you know, for comparison.
Yeah, and you got tickets to see her too, right? That's coming up soon.
Yeah, it's at the end of October. Christina and I are going together, and it's funny. Actually, Javi and I were talking about Tori the other day or last week or something.
Javi Bear.
She cracks me up. I am a
I know
fan
Javi.
of maybe like her first 4 or 5 albums,
Mhm.
and a lot of stuff that came out after that. I mean, I've listened to it, but I'm not a super. I don't really care for it a whole lot. But I love seeing her live because she's such a good performer.
I hear that Beekeeper album she put out was incredible.
Which album?
Beekeeper?
I own that one. You know, it's good, but I never really got into. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't. For me, it's not one of my like high up on the priority list to listen.
Yeah. She kind of lost me at Mars and Venus and then lost me with Strange Little Girls.
Yeah, that's kind of where it fell off for me as well. So, but I love seeing, like I said, I love seeing her live though. So I'm really, really excited to check her out. And yeah, this is the end of October, and then I also got tickets to go see Wicked in January.
Nice.
Yeah, man, I'm so stoked for that. Really, really excited for that because I've never seen it. And I saw they were talking about it on the news the one morning, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to see if I can get tickets, and I did. So I'm doing that in January.
So are you actually going to go, or are you going to Hamilton the fucking tickets?
I know. Well, coming back, I mean, I will probably do that, but I really want to see Wicked first. Like, that's kind of my...
Well, no,
right
because you had Hamilton tickets and then you sold them off. That's why I'm fucking with you. I'm like, are you going to actually go to the show, or are you going to Hamilton the tickets and sell them off?
Oh, fuck you. Okay, I didn't hear that whole thing. Fuck you. And I'm going back to New York in a couple of weeks, too. So
We used to use that as code for buying weed. Are you going to New York? Yeah, I'm going to New York. All right, dude, hit me up.
yeah, I'm not going to buy weed.
I wish.
I'm going to hang out with friends and fucking hang out for a nice long weekend again. And
Nice.
maybe catch a show if there's anything. Like, I'm staying in a different part of Brooklyn this time, and I guess there's a bunch of pretty renowned metal bars around there, too.
God damn it, if you don't
so
go to
that'll
the
be
MCA
exciting.
park, I'm going to fucking defriend you.
If I can swing it, that's what I want to do this time. But it's totally on the other side of Brooklyn from where I'm staying. So,
How big is Brooklyn?
huh?
How big is Brooklyn?
I know.
I
I'm
don't fucking
picturing
know,
like Chicago to
mileage-wise,
Waukegan or
but-
something.
Yeah.
What did he say?
He says he's picturing Chicago to Waukegan.
I mean, maybe I'm not 100% certain. All I know is like the part that I'm staying at in Brooklyn this time. It's like the northernmost part, because if you cross the river, then you're in Queens. But I'm not staying where I was before. I'm going to be closer to like Midtown Manhattan, where I'm staying this time, like just a stone's throw over the bridge.
New York confuses me and makes me want to hit myself in the head with a brick. I don't know anything
No,
about it.
you need to go. It's so great out there. I love it out there so much.
Yeah.
I think Reuben's really trying to say there's no excuse not to go to MCA Park.
Yeah.
I get it.
Dude, there's
but,
no sleep till Brooklyn, and you're there. So even if you just like drive by it in a taxi and get out for 4 minutes and take a picture of the sign and send it to me, that would be enough.
I'll see what I can do.
You better, goddammit.
I'll fucking see what I can do. No, I'm looking forward to it though. Just like a lot of good stuff going on right now. I mean,
Nice.
so, you know, as far as like consumption, I'm consuming everything. I'm consuming fucking. Oh my god, the show on FX. Have you ever watched the show called Better Things?
No.
It's season 2 now. Check it out when you get a chance. Louis C.K. is like one of the producers, I think, for the
Right on.
show. Yeah,
Right on.
it's
Have
really,
you-
really good. What the hell is the name of the chick? Hang on. Let me tell you who she is, because you would know who she is. Yes, cast. That's what I want to fucking look at. Pamela Adlin.
Pamela Anderson?
And
I've seen her tits. They're
Pamela,
nice.
No. Pamela Adlin. And she was the one who did the voice of Bobby Hill on King of the Hill.
Okay. That makes sense. Damn it, Bobby. Which I can't wait to say at some point in
Damn
the
it,
near
Bobby.
future.
Soon enough you can, man. He's
Right.
starting to talk, so soon enough you can.
Dude, seriously, and I was just talking this morning. I was like, or no, it was when Carlos and Jose got here. I'm like, dude, like that's the most ethnic. I was just thinking about it. That is the most ethnic names I've had in my house at any given moment since we've moved here. Carlos and Jose,
The Lopez brothers?
the Lopez brothers.
And it's incredibly.
Oh wait.
And it's incredibly hard to get anything in the U.S., like an apartment or a loan.
Right, with those
Damn near
names,
impossible. Exactly.
right? Unless you get like 75 people together, like
Yeah. There you go. Or like 2 co-signers.
yeah. There's a conglomerate of people that live next door to us. So
I saw that.
yeah, well,
I could tell by the vehicles.
Yeah.
Not to be stereotypical, but
dude, and we're cool with them until they came by while we were on vacation and stole half our fucking garden, cunts.
You
Anyway.
found out that it was them?
No, but they had a party over that weekend, so I'm assuming it was either them or one of their party goers that decided that, like, 6 white eggplants, 4 fucking zucchini, and a bunch of poblano peppers were theirs, not ours.
That
Dicks,
sucks.
fuckers. Anyway, so I'm sorry, Dana. I just totally interrupted you, thinking with semi-racist
All
bullshit.
good. All good. No, I mean, besides like working a lot, like I said, I've just been consuming a whole lot of things. Hi, dog. And then, like I said, next week, This Is Us. That's going to be what I'm watching. Oh, and super fucking stoked because Will and Grace comes back next week too. I cannot wait for that.
I just read
so
today that it's starting to.
excited.
It's going to be streaming on Hulu and on the NBC app because Kirsten was asking about it the other night because she wants to start watching it again.
Nice. Yeah, it's next Thursday that it premieres.
Interesting. I was never a big fan. Like I watched it, and I know that Megan Mullany is married to Ron Swanson. I know that much. So
Yeah.
but
I love the show. You really never got into it. It's hilarious.
dude, it was in that time frame where like I just didn't watch a bunch of TV. I was busy working. You forget from like 97 to 2002, I worked nights, like exclusively.
Yeah.
So, and that was the days before DVR. So,
and Netflix and Hulu.
So, like, I didn't get a chance to watch shit.
You could start watching it now, though. I love the show.
Dude.
It's hilarious.
Dude. How many times?
Yeah, but no. Let's talk about the fucking show that I suggested that I'm so happy that you are watching.
It's not my turn, but we'll talk about that. So, are you?
Have to talk about that. I'm good. Like that's catching you guys up with me. I mean, like I said, I've just been doing fucking life and being busy with shit.
Dude,
the
have you
last
seen it yet?
month. Huh?
Have you seen it yet?
I have not. I keep hearing mixed reviews about it.
Dude, I've heard nothing but great things about it.
See, I keep seeing mixed reviews from my friends. Like some people loved it and some people didn't. Like some people were like, meh. I did hear though that it got approved for a sequel already.
Well,
I
yeah,
don't know if
because
that's going to be happening.
from what I've heard, they did the first movie is just when they were kids, and then the sequel is going to be as the adults. Whereas back when we were kids, watching the miniseries, they kind of interwove everything. For the way that they did it is the very beginning of it is all kids, when they were kids dealing with Pennywise, and then the second movie is going to be dealing with them as adults dealing with Pennywise.
And I think I kind of would prefer that, though. Honestly, like I would prefer that it would be more of a linear storyline like that, because while the mini and don't get me wrong, like I love the mini series. That was like such a good damn. Well, technically movie, right?
Yeah.
And Tim Curry, right? Like it was really, really, really good. But that was kind of the one thing that I didn't always like about it was that it was not very linear and it kept bouncing back and forth. So that alone, okay, that kind of piqued my interest a little bit.
And it also made like all of the money for the opening weekend. It was like the biggest grossing horror movie weekend of all time. It was the biggest grossing
Really?
Yeah, it was the biggest September opening of all time. It broke all of the records and made all of the money.
No shit. I haven't been reading articles on it, but besides catching that story that they were going to be doing the sequel, but I had no idea.
Yeah,
wow.
I'd really like to go see it. We should do a Pop Goulash field trip and go see it.
I've heard it described as a coming-of-age horror.
That would actually be fun. We could do that.
Word.
Oh, wait, no, because I'll be out of town that fucking following weekend. We could do it when I get back into town, though.
Yeah, it gives us some time to plan for sure.
Yeah, like Friday the 13th.
Is there a Friday the 13th next month?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Wait a minute. We're still waiting. Today's the 23rd. We're still waiting for the end of the world today, so.
Oh, yeah, I saw that shit. Fucking people, man.
It's the end of the world.
Okay. Sorry, I think Kirsten was moving something or vacuuming upstairs and made a noise. So, Carlos.
Yes.
What have you been consuming?
A few things. I wanted to first point out, I love going on Instagram, seeing different communities and people that are posting videos. So my brother recommended this one to me, and I can't stop looking at all the different posts.
Asshole parents?
Drunk people doing things.
Nice.
And it's a whole collage of user-submitted videos that are showing drunk people in all their glory. So the one I wanted to show you, which you won't be able to see this, Dana, but this is a guy at a Mexican wedding. I'm only saying that because of the people in the video and the music. But he just starts screaming, holding a beer, stumbling around. So listen to this. Listen. All right, hold on. Let me get it.
You might want to turn the sound on. That might help.
All right, here we go.
Okay, I'm looking at a guy just screaming. He kind of looks like a drunk me at a wedding. Just screaming at the top of his lungs.
It sounds like a goat.
Yeah, like those goat screaming videos.
Ah! Anyway, there's one on there where a bunch of girls are twerking in an elevator, recording themselves, and the door is open and Bill Nye walks in.
The science guy?
Yes, and they all just sort of stop and look at him, and it's awkward.
Nice.
So there's all different kinds of stupid things on there that are funny to look at. Anyway, we went to a really good place, Southside Chicago, off of 95th, right next to the Calumet River, called Calumet Fisheries.
Okay.
And I had heard about it, seen videos on it, stuff like that.
I think I saw you post about that.
Yes, and it's a shack, man. It's a real small place, but it won a James Beard Award.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Carlos, where is it? Where is it at again? I saw you post.
It's on 95th, right next to Calumet River.
Okay.
Right at the drawbridge.
Got it. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
At
Anyway,
the Jawbridge?
It won a James Beard Award.
Who's James Beard, and why should I care about James Beard?
He's
because
like a big booty dude.
Yes.
I know. I'm asking for the listeners
Okay.
Oh.
who may not be from the Chicagoland area.
Well, fuck them. They need to know.
That's like me talking shit about Poland, and now we have Jose is our only download in Poland.
So the James Beard Award, they're annual awards presented by the James Beard Foundation for excellence in cuisine.
Cuisine.
Culinary writing and culinary education in the United States.
I always find it weird that culinary and culinary are like way too close to each other. Like, I don't want my food next to my colon.
So if you could see these pictures, like you see these pictures I took of the inside of the place. I mean, it's that's the update. It's nothing spectacular, right?
Looks like a shack.
Yeah. They got smoked fish, fried fish, and it's a really small place, but we got some smoked. I'm boring myself talking about this.
Then shut the fuck up, dude. Find something else to talk about. No,
anyway, it's really, 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 really good. Well done, perfected, smoked fish and seafood. And you understand why you're paying so much for it when you finally eat it.
Is it expensive?
It is. We got a big chunk of smoked salmon and some fried oysters and 2 drinks. It was like $25.
That's not bad,
not
though.
bad.
I don't think.
But it's high quality.
Right on.
It's not fishy. And salmon's a really fishy fish.
No, dude. If you're depending on where you're getting your salmon from, if your fish tastes like
From
fish,
Aldi.
well then
bad.
you're done fucking up right there. That was
Anyway,
like the first mistake.
It's quality seafood. They do it just right. It's really well balanced, opens up in your mouth, all that good stuff.
Nice.
Go ahead. And I thought you were going to make a joke about opening up in your mouth.
No, well, I figured you were going to jump on
I mean, I
first.
thought about it too, but yeah.
So it was really, really good. And so I want to hear back from all you guys whether or not this is a parenting fail.
Oh yes, we were kind of discussing
I'm
this
going to
before
say
we went
yes
live.
already. Go ahead.
Just hear it out, please. Now, I've been playing Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yep, you done failed as a parent.
And I let my kids play it with me in the room. And it's always funny to see them drive around and crash into things and people. But I always tell them, now, this isn't real life. If you do this,
Is it just fantasy?
It's just fantasy.
Are you caught in a landslide? No escape from reality?
Anyway, so that's one side of the coin, right? The other side of the coin is we just started our kids on Stranger Things, and they love it.
Dude, new season
Yes!
like in 2
Okay,
weeks or
that's
3
not
weeks.
a parenting fail.
Which one?
Needful
The Stranger
Things.
Things.
Or Stranger Things.
What about GTA 5?
Fuck GTA 5. Give me some more Stranger Things.
I'm with Reuben.
That damn kid with the lisp and the curly hair.
I love that kid.
Uh-huh.
You want to
the best.
adopt him, don't you, Dana?
You know,
I mean, kind of. Like, he legit is my favorite character on that show.
in legit, he does have that bone condition that he talks about in the show.
If I
He does.
if I wear a hat and grow my hair out, will I be your favorite Pop Goulash co-host?
You might be. But probably not, because Reuben will beat you out every time, no offense.
Yeah, dude, we got history.
I know, you guys go back, way back.
How far back? All the way back.
High school?
All the way
No,
back.
college. So, what else, dude? What else you
2
got?
years in January, yo.
That's all I got,
God
man.
What?
That's it, and that's all. I'm short this week.
Really?
Yeah.
Right on. All right,
all the
Jose,
normal bullshit, you know what I mean?
you may be a guest, but you don't get away.
That's fine.
What have
I'm-
you? And I know you listen to the podcast.
I'm
so
a big consumer of podcasts, and I know Dan is a big fan of true crime podcast, and so am I. True Crime Garage, of course.
Yay! Yes,
Sword and
yes,
Scale.
yes, yeah.
Sword and Scale was so intriguing. Last podcast on the left is really good.
Is that like a reference to The Last House on the Left?
It is.
Dude, that movie is fucked
Yeah.
up. The remake and the original.
It's a mix of comedy and true crime, so
Okay.
it's pretty good. I do that. I do a lot of science podcast. Of course, Pop Goulash on my
Goddamn
morning
right.
commutes. Yeah. So just a lot of podcasting, and I'm open to any suggestions by anybody. Preferably non-religious podcast. No offense.
No, none taken.
So there's that, because I do have a long commute. It's probably like 3 hours per day is my commute,
Damn.
Holy shit.
with walking and taking trains and stuff like that. So I do a lot of Stitcher podcast radio. So
Damn.
That, along with a bunch of my favorite American foods that I can't get in Poland, obviously. A lot of shitty foods like Doritos and
Portillo's.
Portillo's.
Well, yeah,
a lot of chemical-laden sauces. Just a lot of bad shit.
One thing I noticed traveling internationally is that the McDonald's barbecue sauce is way different here than it is everywhere else. And McDonald's barbecue sauce, sadly, is one of my favorite sauces ever.
Let's not sleep on the sweet and sour sauce now.
I'm not a sweet and sour guy.
That's too bad.
Not the McDonald's sweet and sour. Now, like, if you go to, like, Panda Express and get their red ladled shit, dude, I'm all about that.
I'll tell you who can go fuck himself. It's hot mustard.
Dude, are you fucking kidding me? I was just going to say, like,
fuck hot mustard.
You're a next level McDonald's consumer when you only choose hot mustard.
Spicy mustard, yeah.
You're done with the sweet shit. You're a grown up. You're moving on
fuck
to
you.
the hot
I want
mustard.
fire to come out of my ass at the end
Exactly.
of this meal. Not only liquid, but fire to come out. Speaking of liquid, might I mention
Subway?
Fuck Subway. Okay? I had Subway for the first time in like 3.5 years. This was before Jared was fucking little kids. I'm sure he was fucking little kids way before this, but this is before Jared fucking little kids came out into the mainstream. So I'm not a fan of Subway. I don't like their bread. Like I don't like their vegetables
Their
make
yoga mat bread?
Their yoga mat bread. Their veggies make my stomach feel like it's going to go. I don't like that. Like I don't like unless it's on my ball sack, and it's not. So I had a Subway veggie sub. No, I had a BMT, which used to be my favorite. Okay, it's their Italian sub. It's the fucking shit, right?
Bowel movement. Like, that's what the VM
Oh, dude, seriously, I peed out water out of my butt for about 24 hours after that. Like, literal, like, emergency, like, you need to find a gas station right now, and Niagara Falls came out of my asshole. Dude, fuck you, Subway. Fuck you royally. I will never... You know what? People are like, oh, fuck Jimmy John's because the owner goes out and hunts rhinos on closed ranches, and he fucking does big game hunting. You know what? I don't give a shit. His sandwiches don't make me pee water out of my butt.
I've never had that issue with Subway.
Dude, fuck Subway. And it was out in DeKalb, too, so maybe it's just DeKalb, but fuck it. I personally know somebody who owns a franchise.
You do?
Yeah.
For what? Subway?
For Subway, yeah. I don't give a shit. I will never eat Subway again. If it's between starving and eating Subway, I would rather starve.
Chipotle does that to my butt.
Dude, I'll eat Chipotle 15 times and pee out of my butt with Chipotle before I'll pee out of my butt with fucking Subway. That was just ruthless.
You must have got a hold of some bad lettuce.
Dude, yeah, I got that fucking, like, that... Grayson is crying about something upstairs. He is wailing.
Aww.
Screaming.
He's wailing biblically upstairs. Like, I'm sure he's tearing his clothes and throwing dust on himself at this point.
Reuben.
Yes.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
What have you been consuming this week?
Oh, that's a good one. Dude. So, a lot of bullshit.
Sorry, Jose. We kind of skipped and jumped.
Yeah, no. Jose, were you done? I'm not going to be rude because you're our guest in the studio tonight.
Is my mic on now?
Your mic...
Okay.
Dude, your mic is on.
This guy keeps turning me down.
Well, no, there's a lot of hiss going on. So I apologize if there have been a couple times where we've chimed in, but there's a lot of hiss in that mic because it's a bullshit mic.
Sure. Well, I'm a big guy and I consume a lot, but I'm willing to go ahead.
No. Like movies, has there been a movie that's like gripped you lately? Like
I can share about an album that I've listened to a lot. Yeah, okay. There's a band called War on Drugs, and if you like Tom Petty, and maybe a little bit of Bob Dylan,
dude, you're in my wheelhouse right now.
And they've only been around for about 12 years. But,
only 12 years?
Exactly. So there's a new album called A Deeper Understanding, and a lot of good guitar solos.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're a big fan of the jam bands.
Yes.
And it kind of has that feel. A little bit of Talking Heads in there as well.
Ooh.
So I highly recommend War on Drugs, A Deeper Understanding, if you're going on a long drive or if you're just chilling out, reading a book or working in the office.
Nice.
And,
very cool.
Feel free to share what you're consuming, sir.
Right on, dude. And also, bring my shit back, Carlos.
What shit?
That Fish CD that I let you borrow.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And the DVD. Have you watched the DVD yet?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You fucker.
Oh, Reuben, real quick, by the way, before you start, you've heard of the movie The Big Thick, right?
Yes,
the Big Thick?
I can't wait to see. That's a comedy. It's hilarious.
Yeah, The Big Thick. I actually
Oh, The Big
started watching it.
Sick. The Big
Yeah,
Sick.
The Big Thick.
I heard
started
thick. I thought you were
watching
talking
it,
about a
before we
BBC film.
started potting, so I'm excited to finish it. It's a really fucking good movie so far. Really, really, really,
Yeah, that
really
was
good.
done by Kumail from the Nerdist podcast,
Yeah.
or from the Nerdist
Yeah.
universe. Yeah, I've heard it's excellent.
Yep.
She didn't hear what I said, by
So
the way.
far, so good.
Yeah, I thought it was a BBC video as well.
Huh. I did not, but yeah. Anyway,
Not,
I'll
dude,
let you guys know,
Dana.
What?
You know what
What?
BBC means, right?
No.
Big black cock.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This is what's hard for me to, like, when I'm not there.
Yeah.
This is what's hard for me when I'm not there. Oh, my God. I quit. I fucking quit today. Can I have a review, please?
No.
I fucking quit.
No.
So besides BBC, Reuben, what have you been consuming?
Well, there's was it MILF, stepsister porn? No, I'm kidding, but not really. No, so dude, new Foo Fighters came out.
You
And
talking about the video of them in the car? Which
Oh,
was amazing?
no. The carpool karaoke that did come out. Thank you for posting that, Dana.
Thank you, Dana.
It was brilliant.
Yeah, no problem.
It was lovely.
It was funny. It
And
was
they
good.
did a Rick roll, which was way awesome. But no, the album, the new Foo Fighters record came out, and it's called Concrete and Gold. And I know that I kind of talked shit about the opening single that came out called Run. Wasn't a big fan of it. I love that song now. Within the context of the album, it works. It really, really works. Like, why is Grayson crying? What is going on up there? Anyway,
The rapture happened, and we're all here. Your wife left, by the way.
oh well, she's way better than I am, so she deserves to go. I'll deal with some bullshit. But like, it's a way different album for the Foo Fighters. It's very bass heavy. It's just a very big record. Not bass like boom, 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 boom. No, it's just got a fat ass low end on it. And what I found out recently was that the producer. Sorry, I'm chocolate raining, burping
Sound
all
like
over the place.
Barney on The Simpsons.
I'll tell you what, Homer. But it's very low end heavy. Like, the producer of the album is the same guy that he's in a group called The Bird and the Bees, that are like a very big indie group, I guess. Or maybe they're not so big. I don't know. I heard a couple of their songs. I was like, they're all right. But he is the producer of like Sia and like who else? Adele. So he's he's a pop music producer, but he produced a hard rock group. And it really is interesting though how the album sounds. The album sounds really good. Like, it's sonically, the way that it's produced is amazing.
Well, they've never been like completely hard rock. They've always had other influences in there.
Yeah, I mean they've always been a rock band though. Like, right. I always say that, like, Dave Grohl started off like in a band called Scream. Okay, so he started off in a post-hardcore band. And he ended up landing himself into one of the greatest 70s stadium rock bands of all time.
Who?
Dave Grohl.
What band?
The Foo Fighters.
Oh, gotcha.
Like, the last 5 albums they've put out have been like straight up 70s hard rock records. Like, or at least the last 4 albums. I'll give them the last 4 albums they put out have been like the greatest 70s rock records that were produced in the aughts, you know. But that album has been amazing. I've listened to a band called The Dead Cross. It's Mike.
I think that they were at Riot Fest.
Were they really this year?
I think so, or maybe Rob went to go. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Maybe Rob went to go see them, and I just thought that they were at Riot Fest. Anyway,
right on.
I've heard of them. I heard they're really good.
Yeah, it's Dave Lombardo, the original drummer from Slayer, and Mike.
Oh my God.
And Mike Patton from Faith No More.
Yep. Actually, okay, that's what it was. It was. Rob went to go see them in New York last week.
Okay.
He said it was a fabulous fucking show too. Yeah.
Yeah. They put out an album. It's like 28 minutes long. There's like 14 songs on the record. And I listened to it this morning, and it reminds me of early Slayer. Like, it's just like that kind of like crazy metal. Like, it's really fucking good. And let's see, I've been listening to that. What else have I been listening to? Hold on, Dana. I'm going to have to unclip the phone here.
What?
Hold on 1 second. Kirsten's texting me. I'm going to cut this out. Probably not.
I was going to say, no, you're not.
Radio silence.
God, I love Parliament. Dude, I've been listening to Parliament Funkadelic again lately. Dude. And Pink. Okay, yeah. Let's talk about this. So, last Saturday, Kirsten and I went to go see Pink again. And this was the second time we've seen Pink. I will say this. Pink is one of the most amazing live performers I have ever seen in my life. She's absolutely incredible. If you have an opportunity to go see Pink, go see Pink. She's fabulous. Like, honestly, it was one of those shows where it was just amazing from beginning to end. We saw her new album doesn't come out until next month, maybe the end of September. I can't remember when her next album comes out. So she was technically not touring on an album. So it was a kind of a greatest hits tour of sorts. Dude, it was so fucking good. The first time we saw her was on the Truth About Love album, and it was incredible. Like, she played a ton of shit off that album, and then a couple hits here and there, and blah, 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 blah. Great fucking show. This time around, still, stellar fucking show. We saw her at that shithole down in Tinley Park, and it was still great. Like, honestly. I'm disappointed. I wish that you would have been able to make it to the show, Dana, because it was really so good.
I know. I have seen her before. I saw her in 2007 when she opened up for Justin Timberlake. And I definitely want to see her again, though. She's fantastic live. She's really fucking good live.
Speaking of Justin Timberlake, he was a guest artist on the Foo Fighters record.
Yes, he was.
Yeah,
yes, he was. Who else?
What's that? Dave Koz, the sax player, was on it. And Sean from Boyz II Men is on the very last song of the record.
Get the fuck out! Seriously?
Yeah, dude. And he does like these big gospel choir vocal at the end of the record.
Wow.
He's on the title track, the Concrete and Gold. He's on the title track of the record, dude. And they had Paul McCartney was on the record as well. He's on a song called Sunday Rain that Taylor Hawkins.
I did hear that. Yeah, I heard about that too.
Yeah, Taylor Hawkins, the drummer from Foo Fighters, who sang on Cold Day in the Sun off of the second CD of In Your Honor. He sang on this song, and it almost reminds me of, like, not necessarily Wings era Paul McCartney, but very much like early Paul McCartney. It's a great fucking...
Nice.
Dude, that Foo Fighters record, seriously, like Skeet Ski Seat, it's a good fucking record. It's a really, really good fucking record.
After watching the carpool karaoke thing, I actually added it to my Apple Music, so I'll have to check it out this week. I'll have to
Dude,
listen to
it's
it.
super good. It's super good. And it's not a very long album. It's like 48 minutes. I mowed my lawn yesterday, and it took me 48 minutes to mow the lawn yesterday because it was beginning to end. So,
Nice.
but I've been listening to that. But really, the thing that's been consuming a majority of my time has been Shameless.
Oh, nice.
I've been watching.
I am so fucking stoked that you started watching that stuff.
I've been watching the fuck out of some Shameless. I think I'm 4 episodes into the 6th season right now.
Oh, damn. I'm only on season 3.
Dude.
Oh, you gotta catch up, man. Binge that shit. It is so good.
Yeah, Carlos also has 3 kids and a job that he actually runs the company, so I'll give him a pass. But
I mean, whatever.
Whatever, Dana.
dude, and now I can't even really talk about it because it's going to be spoilers.
I know, right?
God damn it, Carlos.
Wait, Reuben, did you ever start watching Transparent yet on Amazon?
No.
The new season just dropped, and I can't wait to binge that.
Yeah, I know Eli's talked to me about watching it and shit like that too, but it's one of those that I would totally watch it, but I watched the first episode of it.
It's really slow, the first 2. You gotta get past it. It's a really good show.
Sure.
Have you seen that? There's a show on Cinemax called Emmanuel. Have you seen that one yet?
Yeah, when I was 14 and titties.
I've been binging that.
All right, guys, I have to piss, so if you guys want to talk for a second, I'll be right back, and then we'll talk about Shameless.
So, Dana,
Yes.
I kind of go back and forth with your name sometimes. I don't know if you've noticed that.
With my what?
Your name.
Why?
I don't know. Sometimes I'll say Dana. Sometimes I'll say Dana.
Get it right, son. It's Dana every fucking time.
Dana. It's like Reuben's
Yeah.
wife's name. I call her Kristen or Kirsten or Karsten, and it's Kirsten.
Yeah, it is Kirsten. Get that one right, too.
So what are you going all the way to New York to watch Wicked?
No, when I see Wicked, that's going to be here in Chicago.
Okay. And I
Yeah,
know we touched on this a little bit earlier, but for people who don't know, what exactly is Wicked?
Honestly, I'm not even terribly familiar with the story. I think it has something to do with, isn't it something with the Wizard of Oz or some shit like that? Isn't it about the 2 sisters?
Yeah, it's like the
Whatever.
perspective of the good witch and the bad witch. That whole backstory.
Right. Okay. I think, right? I like I said, I'm not familiar. I've not read this. I've not read anything, whatever. All I know is I keep hearing what a great show it is. And when I saw that tickets were going on sale, I was like, I am getting tickets for this show.
I still want to see the, what was the Mormon one?
Oh, Book of Mormon's
Yeah, I haven't
You've
seen
not
that yet. No, I've been wanting to see that.
Oh, dude, if it comes back, you need to go see the show. It is so good. I saw it, when did I go? I think I went in 2012 or 2013. It was fantastic. It was really, really, really good. Funny, just such a good show. You have to definitely check it out when it comes back to town, for sure.
What show are you guys talking about?
Well,
Book of Mormon.
Book of Mormon.
Oh, God damn it, it was so good.
Make sure you get a hot dog when you're in New York. Get a hot dog, will you? And a New York slice of pizza.
A hot dog?
I hear New York pizza is bullshit.
I don't really eat hot dogs. I mean, I might get a slice of pizza when I'm out there, though.
There you go.
That I'll do.
So, Shameless.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm back. I pissed. I'm sorry.
Me and Dana had a good conversation while you were gone.
And
I finally figured out her name, by the way.
Yeah, finally. After the 8th time, he told me that he goes back and forth with my name. I'm like, how the fuck do you go back and forth with my name?
Right.
What do you mean you go back and forth with my name? Dana.
It's 3 fucking letters, dude. Seriously.
No.
Right?
It's 4 letters.
You dumbass.
Jesus.
D-A-N. And then you repeat an A. There's 3 fucking letters in your name. There's 4, full-on letters, but there's 3 actual letters in your name. So.
Yeah.
Shut up.
You're an ass, Reuben.
Eat a dick. But, dude, it's so good. Like, Shameless is so good.
I knew you would like it, man. I told you that show is so damn good. And, I mean, like, you're going to be caught up in no time. I'm sad that I don't have Showtime.
Same here.
Because I can't watch the new season.
Yeah. But for me, it was like I relate to the characters so much because I grew up in that.
Me too.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't grow up in back of the yards, but
Neither did I, but in that, like...
Right.
lifestyle.
That bullshit family where everybody's running a hustle. There's always some kind of bullshit going on. Like, somebody is, like, the dad's always trying to get over on somebody. There's one person trying to, like, they just hold such archetypes. Like, I relate a lot to Lip, honestly. The one kid that,
I had a feeling that you would relate to him the most out of all the characters.
I mean, I never banged a professor or, you know. But, like, he was the one that got out. Or who was doing his best to try to get out to make a better, to better himself. But like, dude, every character on that show is just perfect. They're perfectly cast. Like,
that's what makes it so good.
The daughter is from, right? Mystic River, Emmy Rossi. That was Sean Penn's daughter in the movie.
Debs?
No. You don't know.
Oh, really? I never saw Mystic River.
Oh shit! Okay, well then you need to watch that movie too. But I'm sorry, go on.
But yeah, dude, like, and it's weird because like Fiona's like kind of hot, but not really. Like, it's weird. She's
like bloody hot.
Dude, she's got a great smile though. Like, I'm a sucker for a good smile, dude. And what is it with like? Why does every girl on that show have like amazing titties?
They show a lot of them. They do,
dude. Seriously. Like, dude, Veronica has an amazing rack.
You mean Kevin's wife, V?
Yeah, V. She's got an amazing rack. Yeah.
Yeah, she's hot.
Dude.
She's hot.
Dude, ridiculous.
What about Karen's mom, Sheila?
You never saw her rack.
Yeah, you did.
No,
you didn't.
Maybe I just imagined that.
You just imagined it. But honestly, this was the first time that I ever saw Joan Cusack and was like, wow, she's kind of pretty.
Right.
She's really great on the show, though, too. Like, I love her on the show.
Dude, and her exit from the show was perfect.
I know.
Like, I know Carlos hasn't gotten there yet. Carlos is pulling his headphones out, but yet the fact of the matter is I'm sitting across the table from him. But her exit from the show is just perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Like
it really is.
Like,
oh fuck! Well, now I know. Damn it!
You don't know when. You don't know how.
I know she gets shot or commits suicide.
No, neither of those.
No, you are very wrong, my friend.
Well, she doesn't get hit by a plane engine. I know that.
Yeah, that did not happen in the third season. But like her whole arc, dude, and then like they just brought in Sammy recently.
Emily Burgle? That's who plays Sammy.
Yeah, that bitch is nuts. But where I'm at, let's see. How do I not spoil it? I can't.
I mean, what else changes? The dad continues to get drunk and ends up in random places.
Honestly, though, like there's a lot that goes on. Like, it's incredible. Like, how did I explain it to somebody? It's horrific. Like, they're like, a friend of mine was like, I just started watching the show. I saw the pilot. I don't know where it could really go. I'm like, it goes sideways.
It does.
It absolutely goes sideways. Everything goes sideways. It's horrific. It's hilarious. It's wonderful. It's sad. Like, it's everything. Like, the show is everything. And Kirsten even is like, what's going on with this guy? I'm like, oh, well, he did this, and this is going on there. Oh, okay. You know, and she never asks me about any of the shows that I watch. Like,
nice.
Yeah, dude. It's so good.
I love the updates on the beginning of every episode.
If you really cared about what we were doing, you'd really fucking know what was going on in this week's show.
But because we're nice, here you go.
Yeah. And I like how on Comcast with the Netflix app, you can actually, like, skip past those. So, which is kind of cool because then you don't have to worry about sitting through the highlights. But like the guy who plays not Liam. Liam's the little kid. Not Lip. The other brother. The brother that's in between.
Kevin?
Not Carl.
Not Carl. I know the one. The redhead kid.
Yes.
Your kid. Yeah.
Yeah, he was on Gotham.
Oh, he played the Joker.
He was the Joker, yeah.
I didn't even know that, but
yeah.
you're right.
Yeah, he's the
I
Joker.
didn't know that either.
Yeah, Ian. Ian's he plays the Joker on Gotham. And yeah, so he must do that during like series breaks, like in his summer vacations. Cuz I think he came back. I don't know. I stopped watching Gotham cuz it got boring. So, which is sad because I'm such a Batman fan. But he was there, and then I think it's interesting because they finally started, like where I'm at right now, they finally started giving Liam like 2-word lines. Because I think at this point he's like 4 or 5, maybe 7. I don't know. He's just like, Liam's just a throwaway character or a plot device at this point. So I hope that like they really start like doing stuff with his character because he's so young. I think he'll be interesting. I love
You'll see as you get further along.
I love the fact that Carl like is a straight G right now. Really, Carl. Like at the beginning, you're like, "Oh, this kid's gonna grow." Cause they always talk about him hurting animals and shit, and I'm like, "Dude, this kid's gonna be a serial killer." Carl's a fucking sociopath. He really fucking is. But like, yeah, it's one of those where like every character gets into some deep shit. Like,
what do you think about Jody, Karen's ex-boyfriend?
Jody, that loser.
Oh, God.
At one point, he was living in a tent in the backyard.
Yeah. Dude, I love, like, every time he tries to sing some song, it's like some, like, big 80s, like, power ballad. Like...
my favorite scenes on those shows are in the bar.
Oh, in The Alibi?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And I love that, like, spoilers, it turns into a hipster bar at some point.
Does it?
Yeah. It's fucking hilarious.
Oh, that had to piss the Gallagher dad off.
You'll see.
All right, I can't
You'll
wait.
see. Yeah, it's and that doesn't even really start happening until like the 6th season. So, but yeah, dude, I've like seriously binged it. It's one of those where I've like, I'll be doing something and then I'll have my iPad going on Netflix.
Nice.
You know, and I'll be doing something else while watching it. But I can't really watch it when the kids are around because it's
No, you can't. That's definitely not even
not
at
acceptable.
all like a kid-friendly show.
No.
I usually watch it
No way.
by myself at night in the dark.
Yeah, especially the scenes between V and Kevin.
Oh my God,
Dude, I love those two as a couple. I really do. Like, they're the best.
He used to be on that show. I think it was called "What I Like About You" on the CW or whatever the fuck it was called. One of its iterations.
Wasn't that like
And it
one of
was
the
with-
Miley Cyrus or one of those? Wasn't
Amanda Bynes, I think.
Yeah.
I think it was Amanda Bynes and like I don't fucking remember who else it was, but yeah, he used to be on that show and he was like a super dumb character on there. But I love him on Shameless. He's so good.
Yeah, he's perfect. I love that character. I know Kirsten's making something for dinner
I
upstairs.
smell some fresh baked bread.
No, it's probably pasta. I'm wondering I'm wondering if she's making some mac and cheese for the boys. So, but yeah, at that point we should probably wrap up.
You're an imposter.
Yeah.
But impasta. Oh, god damn it with your bad fucking puns. But so yeah, no, I've been loving Shameless. Like, thanks for the reco on that one, man. It's been fucking
Yeah,
great.
dude.
Like,
I'm happy that you like it.
Yeah, I wish that I had fucking Jose's just looking at Carlos like, I'm so fucking bored.
You
Can
guys
we
keep
leave?
saying Recco. I'm going to start saying Minday to kind of. And thanks for the Minday on that one.
Nice. So yeah, but it was fucking great, dude. Thank you very much for that. And then dude,
man.
I forgot the Defenders came out. The Netflix series about Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, Daredevil, and Luke Cage. Great 8-episode arc. Loved it. It's fucking great. Yeah, it's good. I mean, and it's one of those two where you don't even really have to watch the previous seasons of any of the other shows. Just found out that The Punisher is getting his own series. Super stoked about that.
Cool trailer.
Wow.
Dude, the trailer is amazing. What's the fucking song that they use? Metallica's One. They used Metallica's "One" as the song for the trailer. Dude, John Barenthal as the Punisher. Dude, I can't fucking wait, dude. Oh, the Nazi, absolute horror. I cannot. Sorry. That and Eli and I went to the Green Day show a couple weeks back. Great show. They played for like 2.5 hours. Probably could have played more songs if Billy Joe just stopped going hey for crowd response through the whole fucking show. It was the most annoying thing ever, but it was a decent show. I'll take it. You know, it was fun.
What was their encore?
He did "Time of Your Life," of course, and he did some other Green Day song. Oh, he did 21 Guns. It was 21 Guns and "Time of Your Life" were the two acoustic finales, encores of the year.
Awesome.
So it was a good time. It was a good show. Glad I got to see him. I don't know. We didn't get there for the opening band.
Nobody ever does.
No. Something like Old Crow in the Medicine Show or some bullshit, but we were out getting some beers before that. So, but yeah, it was a good show. It was a really, really good show. I had a good time with that. Still, even I had a better time at the Pink show. No slight to Eli or Marshall who went with us, but Pink just put on a better performance. I think it was fantastic.
I think if I started a band these days, I'd call it "Peggy Got the Clap."
All right. On that note,
that's the name of this episode.
On that note, I'm up for Pop Goulash. I'm Reuben.
I'm Dana.
I'm Peggy.
And I'm Jose.
And he doesn't know where the mic is.
I have no idea. I have no idea
love
where the
you.
mic is. I'm sorry.
Be kind to one another.